Maths. We'll try that again. Maths.
Yay! Not.
Your school days.
Stop. Heel.
Love them. Or loathe them.
I will be your teacher all the way through to GCSE.
Oh, kill me now.
You never forget them.
Change to page 130.
At Willows High in Cardiff, for an uncompromising head teacher,
Girls, I don't know what's slowing you down, but it is starting to annoy me.
there's a job to be done.
It means everything to me that all you guys get is one thing, and that is a choice.
To turn around a school that was until recently one of the worst in Wales.
I think an education should give every child a chance. I don't think it's fair that actually your postcode can determine your life chances.
But when you're dealing with teenagers,
Shit, I got assembly.
life's never straightforward.
Where's Switzerland?
New Zealand. No, it's somewhere like that, though, isn't it?
We filmed over a year to find out what life is really like in one of our secondary schools. For the teachers...
So everyone in the department is ganging up on your son.
And the kids. At the very start of adult life.
Come in and damage any more school property.
How am I damaging staff?
I want the right staff in my school, people that genuinely want to champion the underdog.
These girls.
They give everything to the children of their school.
Give me a high five. Excellent.
When a child makes it against all the odds, it's the most rewarding thing of all.
How can we get called sheepshedders?
There are like 5 million other questions you could have asked me. Why did you come up with that one?
Let's just clarify one fact in life. Don't think just because you live in Wales, the sun doesn't come up. Because I actually had a year 11 once that said the sun hasn't come up today because I can't see it. So it's important to clear this up in year 7. The sun rises every single day. That's the only reason night becomes day. If you go and live in Australia or some other hot countries, you see it every day. In Wales, we don't always see it.
Hello. Just the man I want. What's missing?
Tie.
Yeah, where's your tie?
I'm gonna have to get one and ripped up.
Come on, get a tie, please.
Head teacher Mrs. Ballard is in her 3rd year at Willows High School.
Come on, you Leno! On the way, son?
Yes, you're lovely!
I'd actually never been to Wales before, only to Barry Island on the Gavin and Stacey tour. I was a bit of a fan.
Hi.
I haven't become fluent in Welsh. I've tried. Bendigedig. No, I don't think I was ever able to say that before, and now I can say it.
You haven't got a giant bottle of Coke in your hand, have you? Right, you better have that put away.
When Mrs. Ballard took over, it was one of the worst performing schools in Wales.
When I first came into the school, I came in the wrong way through the back gate, and somebody had written up there in big black letters, "It's the other way to the shithole." I don't know if that was one of the kids, one of the parents, or indeed one of the staff.
Yeah, your ties are all right.
Since I've been the head teacher of this school, I've been determined to drive up the standards.
Oh, you are the best boy in this school.
I'm looking good as well.
I want the pupils of this school, by the time they finish year 11, to be fully rounded human beings and to be able to dream and to achieve whatever they want to do. And that means in a school like this, from the minute they start in year 7 to when they finish in year 11, not for 1 minute can we take our eye off the ball. Good morning, year 11s. Guys, it is a tough world out there. When you finish school, it's so competitive. And if at this stage you're not attending regularly, you're not getting to school on time, we will be honest about that when you're applying onto places.
Willow's year 11s have just 6 months before they sit their GCSEs and finish school.
If anybody's not starting to turn it around now and give it all, their chance is going to be gone. If you're one of the people that's still acting like you're in year 8, woe betide you.
Oh, my God.
With these, there's a lot more electrons that could get in the way. OK? If the electrons get in the way...
It's 9:30, halfway through period 1. Year 11's Leah and Courtney are late for science.
When I wake up, I have to sit there for like 10 minutes to actually wake up.
Well, I just don't wake up. It's just
you have to jump on here to wake it up.
Then you've got to do the same for sodium and potassium. Good afternoon, Leah. Where have you been? It's not good, is it?
Leah and Courtney have 2 of the worst attendance records in the school.
One of you be kind and let her copy what you've written.
For the last 3 weeks, they've been late or absent on average every other day.
Sorry, but it fucking stinks in here.
We don't really come to school thinking it's going to be school.
Are we allowed to talk?
No.
Why?
Come in late for a start.
It's just like a day out, but it's all.
And I had to work. I was like, I worked. Nobody would hold my hands. Because I had to work, like, and they thought it was contagious.
Girls.
There's no point in being in this lesson, to be honest with you.
Right, Courtney, get out. I'm sick of you already. Go.
Do you have a teacher that you dread catching you when you're late?
Mr. Hennessy.
Back to the buzzers, 5 times 5. 25, back in. Shh. I will keep you here for lunch.
Oh, Sue, that's not fair.
But we're not going to lunch until we finish this question, simple.
Mr. Hennessy has taught maths at Willows for the last 6 years.
What made you get into teaching in the first place?
Oh, God. Long holidays. Don't know what the hell you're doing. Take a seat.
Oh, mate.
Arrived for 1 day supply in 2009, then a week, then a month, then a term, then a year, then another year. Those who've been no problem will be out the door in like 30 seconds. I'll be here longer. Go away.
Who are the most strict teachers?
There's only one. It would be Mr. Hennessy.
Mr. Hennessy.
Mr. Hennessy.
2 lads here kicked out of class.
Well, I'm going to ask him once. Are you going to parking, gents? Because I'm going to make sure you're in there after lunch as well. I mean, it's a nice...
He's nice, but he could be horrible.
Stop. Heel.
Mr. Hennessy, miserable.
Isolation.
Do you think it's important for students to like you?
To like me? Emily! Emily!
Always the most popular one.
In a one-word answer, no. Bloody... Oh, it's the 3rd time up these bloody stairs.
As a head of house, Mr. Hennessy oversees the progress of 120 students at the school. And one of them is taking up the majority of his time.
Could I speak to Leah, please?
Yeah.
He's concerned Leah's poor attendance is making her fall behind.
Challenges for Leah this term are to keep her in school all of the time, make sure she's attending core subjects, and get as many qualifications as we can.
Thursday, you were late?
Thursday and Friday, I was there.
You sure?
Yeah.
Do you know how many days off I had this year?
None.
None.
I don't choose when to be ill.
Along with her mother, we've decided that I will ring her on a daily basis to make sure she's coming in on time. Normally about 8 o'clock every morning, give her a quick ring. Sometimes she answers, sometimes she doesn't. It's like a game. Well, you won't answer, I'm going to keep ringing until you answer.
Just stop these patterns of the odd day here and there.
And the most frustrating thing is, she is very bright. She could be leaving with a very good set of results, but you need to put some effort here and now.
Come on, let's get educated. Let's go.
OK, 3, 2, shh. 1, shh.
It's Wednesday morning. Leah's in science.
That back table, look this way, shut up a minute. Shh. Right, want to go through this? Leah, this way a minute.
There are some people in my class that are a little bit, like, silly, and I'm just kind of looking at them with the corner of my eye going, why don't you just shut up? Just let us learn, for God's sake. Some people do want to learn, you know, they want to do well in life.
A-grade student Jessica is also in Year 11 with a 100% attendance record.
Right, Leah, shut up a minute.
Because they were popular people, you can't really say anything to them because you'll get a whole gang of people on your back then. You'd be like, ew. Because you've got the kind of cool kids, you've got kind of a girl group, you've got a boy group, and then you've kind of got me.
It's period 3, and Jessica has been called to Mrs. Ballard's office.
Now, this is a big thing for someone, a big opportunity for someone, and she is really organised.
And she's a right character, but she's got a bit of work to do in terms of the way she works with other people.
She is a little bit different, she's a little bit quirky.
When I first started at Willow's, Jessica would have been in Year 8, but actually she seemed like she was in her late 30s then. She works her socks off every single lesson. She never had a referral for anything. However, it's easy for pupils like that to start developing a reputation from some others that actually makes them unpopular.
It is you, thank you. Come on in, Miss Bashful, come and have a seat. It's only me, Miss Bubbins.
You have a very unusual personality. It's a quirky personality. I love that because I've got a quirky personality too. But you've been a perfect student. But I guess I'll put my cards on the table. What we think is that you've got natural leadership qualities.
Oh, well, thank you.
So we want you to consider becoming the overall editor of the newspaper for Willows.
Basically, we need somebody who's going to put their heart and soul to it, and obviously a really good writer like you are.
Thank you.
So do we have ourselves a deal?
Yep.
Congratulations, young lady, editor of our new newspaper, The Aviator.
I think that Jessica can achieve anything. It's just adapting parts of her personality so that she can survive in the real world.
I think if I tell myself that it's for a good cause, then it makes it a lot easier to deal with. But I find myself at those moments sometimes where I'm like, existential crisis hits you and you're just like, this is my life. I'm gonna leave school and then I'm just gonna be in the big old world and it's gonna be like, oh no.
OK, so how does Jenny's mood change and why?
It's after lunch, and Leah should be in her English class. On-call teacher, Mr. Roberts, has been told some Year 11s are missing from lessons.
I think when pupils truant, it's the most frustrating thing. I actually think it's the worst waste of education that child can do, to be honest. These girls are going to be finishing this school in a few months' time, so they have to learn that silly behaviour won't be tolerated.
I don't think he could see us, to be honest. I don't think he could.
Morning. How was Friday?
Didn't even get into 2:45.
2:45? It's what time you acted your age. 2:45? Bloody hell.
It's 7:30 a.m. Mr. Hennessy is the first teacher to arrive for the day.
People that know me, I don't think they'd say that patience of a saint. I think I am patient, you've got to be.
It's the day after Leah truanted, and she hasn't turned up for her first class. As part of the school's approach, Mr. Hennessy regularly calls Leah to make sure she's coming in.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message system. I won't answer the phone. I'll leave a ring.
Hello? Hello?
And then as soon as it stops ringing, I'll quickly text him. so I don't have to listen to his face.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1.
Morning. Courtney. Were you in school all day yesterday? No. His referral says you went truant in lesson 5. I'm going mad, absolutely mad. I got told there was 3 students involved, right? You're saying you weren't involved. Can you turn that off or answer it? I'm just picking up the crap, picking up the pieces. Who is ringing you?
No, Matt, it was me. I was going to say, you've got to see Mr. Hennessy with me.
You went truant in lesson 6 yesterday.
See?
I don't know when I'm coming or going with you two at the moment. Do you know the easiest thing for me to do is go, tell you what, you're in year 11, balls to him. But you are so close to actually making it, but you threw up one lesson, it just snowballs. Well, you're definitely in isolation.
So why ain't she there?
That's why, definitely. Leah and Courtney. Were you truant in yesterday? Or not? You've got 2 routes. You can either say you're rebelling, you don't want to do it, I'll just leave you alone. Or you can take the attitude of, well, actually, you've got 6 months left. We've got a chance to change you round. Were you truant in lesson 5? But teenagers, they think they've got all the time in the world, so, oh yeah, we'll worry about that next month. And before we know it, we're in May, June, and exams around the corner. Were you a lesson 5 or not? No. Thank you for clearing that up. Isolation.
So what's the probability? 0. Thank you. So you could say that 0 out of 10.
6 and give my green pen.
So 8 is gonna move. That makes sense? Then I roll again. I got 5. Okay, last question. What's the probability there's a pink marble? Does anybody ever count
Right. On the front page of your sheet, that's the sort of picture you're going to get in your exam, OK?
It's period 3, and Jessica is in her geography class.
Did you write these?
Why? Is there a mistake?
Because you spelled effect.
I knew I had. Be kind to me. People who are going to be affected.
My favourite teacher is Mr. Whitaker. We just kind of clicked. Oh, you're wearing that again.
I know.
I have the 3 science teachers. I have Mr. Luca, and I like Mr. Luca.
Just not mess around with it.
Mr. Price, and I like Mr. Price. No, me too.
Just joking.
Mr. Hancock, I like Mr. Hancock. All my teachers I like.
Do you ever watch America's Next Top Model?
Nah.
You should.
Jessica's always preferred the company of adults. And pupils like that seek the company of adults because they prefer that and feel more comfortable there rather than round with their peers. But actually, you've got to learn social skills as well.
Yeah. I feel like Alan Sugar.
Yeah.
You're fired.
There's 3 weeks until the launch of the new school paper.
Do you remind me of Alan Sugar, like Mr. Hennessy?
Yeah.
It's the end of the day, and Jessica and 2 deputy editors are holding interviews for prospective staff.
I don't think anyone should run a newspaper who kind of like spread like hate.
Yeah.
Like negative people. Just like no.
More positive thinking.
They can't be reserved, really.
Yeah.
No. They need to be optimistic.
Yeah.
They got to be really, really determined.
Yeah.
It definitely needs to be like inclusive and to be non-judgmental.
You want everyone to be included.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which section of people are you interested in? Which ideas do you have for the article that would appeal to teenagers?
Harry! Want to go in?
No.
Hiya.
Hi. Hi, what year are you in?
7 or 2.
Okay. I don't talk too much, but if I ever do talk, it just sounds strange, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know. So...
Okay, what do you think would interest the teenagers in school?
Things like gossip. Read like newspapers, and I like writing sometimes, not all the time though.
And are you prepared to attend every Wednesday after school?
Yes.
Okay. It's fine. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Bye.
So which section in the newspaper are you interested in the most?
I'm a little bit nosy and I like finding out about gossip. Would you be prepared to attend every Wednesday after school?
Yes.
Good. Okay, good.
It's just exciting, you know. Something new.
So you're like innovative?
Yeah. I was thinking that word, obviously.
Why do you want to work on the school newspaper?
Because
my cousin done it.
Okay.
Sometimes giving somebody a job title stops them from having to go in as themselves, and I think gives them a confidence.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You want to be careful because that's one person. Give me a high five. Excellent. That's that will help.
I don't want you to glue to the person that is your bestie in this room. I want you to attach yourself with somebody in this room and find out 5 things about each other.
It's period 2, and Leah is in her favourite class, performing arts.
Go!
I like doing drama and that. It's not just something which I enjoy, it's something what I love.
When I clap, become your character. Off you go!
Leah needs 5 GCSEs to pursue her dream of studying drama at college.
Okay, and freeze.
You're not yourself. You're a different person when you're acting, so that's what I like.
Did anybody feel like they learned something additional about their own character whilst doing that?
Life is like an act. You only act yourself a little bit.
sometimes you put a bit of a front up.
Like act.
Yeah. Why do you do that?
I don't know. Because I don't like me.
Right, you could be little Capulet. No, Alice could be
I think most girls deal with the same issues actually as they're developing with their confidence, and particularly girls that actually got very low self-esteem. They're just girls that actually are finding their own identity and growing up to be young women, and I think that's tough for most girls, is the truth.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm the editor of the new school newspaper, The Aviator, and this strange box, which is a mystery, will become clear in a minute. I've made it my duty to find out what we need to change in this school. I'm going to be in the canteen with this box, and this is a comment box, so you can write your views on what you should change on in the school. And don't worry, I will make it my duty to make sure that everyone's voice gets heard. The thing about, like, personal image is, like, something that I've never quite understood. Like, I've never understood how people got to that point where they were, like, really popular or where they were really liked. Because I just don't see myself becoming that. So I was just like, how do they do that? Hello. I suppose it's the people you hang out with, but how did they get popular in the first place? It's like, it's this great circle of life I don't understand.
So, who are you and what are we doing?
I'm Jess.
So what is that?
It's for the newspaper.
Change the thug life. Free sweets on Friday and close the school. And a Monday.
What would you like to change about Willows?
Huge.
What is on there?
A games day with Xbox.
I'm saying, Mr. Whittaker deserves a pay rise. Yeah, we'll go 60-40.
65?
Yeah.
That is my favourite. I think I'll close up shop for break.
The stories that you have been writing already, revise them, go over them, memorise them, OK?
It's halfway through term, and the Year 11s are preparing for their upcoming English mock exam.
It's really important that you go into this thinking you're going to do well, you're going to try your best. OK, open your books, we're going to carry on practising with this. So, now looking at question 2.
How are you feeling about your exams?
I'm just like, I'm trying to avoid them. I'm trying to, like, not think about him and that. I really don't want to do him, like.
How to start off answering this question in the exam, all right?
You're just sitting there in your own little world, like, you overthink then about, like, all the stuff what I've got to catch up on and I just think, oh, my God. And then I just think I want to quit it out now. We need to be quick, because otherwise they'll see us working out. Otherwise they'll see us working out.
It's the end of lunch. Leah and Courtney's next lesson starts in 5 minutes.
You all right? You know.
After the tone, please record your message.
Oh, my God!
When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
With Leah's behaviour showing no sign of improvement, Mr. Hennessy calls her mum.
Hi, it's Mr. Hennessy from Willows. How are you? The reason I'm ringing, I'm very, very concerned about Leah at the moment. I'm concerned that she's starting to unravel. She's starting to go AWOL. So, any particular reason, anything going on that you know of?
What did you leave Year 11 with?
Me? 2 GCSEs. That was about it. I can remember my GCSE results day. The rest of the boys were celebrating. I remember being in the kitchen with my mother, in tears. Great big lad in tears with my mother. Oh yeah, she's a very bright girl. That's why we're trying to keep on top of her. But I was lucky in that straight away she was on the phone to contacts at local colleges and went on from there. All right, thank you. Ta-ra. From the moment they come into school, the moment they leave, that's a massive responsibility because that will keep you awake thinking, oh my God, like me, they're going to leave with an E or a fail or wherever, and there are no excuses, no hiding places, it's you.
Do you have any phobias?
I'm not a big fan of anything that scuttles.
No. Cockroaches.
I'm afraid of cider and I'm afraid of rum. There we are.
I once walked into when I was working
Your biggest fear is always to do with your family, isn't it? You know what I mean? Something up to your family, your kids and stuff.
It's Wednesday morning. Jessica's undercover reporter Harry is on the prowl for school gossip.
See that?
Snakes.
Anybody else?
I'm not a fan of snakes.
That is one of my biggest fears.
Beetroot. I'm a little bit scared of beetroot.
Come in.
What's time?
It's 11:10.
It's period 3,
You need to go and see Mr. Hennessy, Leah.
and Leah is only just arriving for the day.
No, sit down. Get some out of that box and sit down.
After yesterday's truanting, she's due to spend the morning in the isolation unit.
Sir, am I an inclusion?
Where were you yesterday afternoon?
Well, what's it called? Yeah, because one of the...
I'm teaching right now, Leah, or trying to. No. Tough love, probably the hardest aspect of the job. But she needs to follow the rules, otherwise we've got no hope.
The first thing you got to say is you want to speak to the manager.
Okay.
So say that you're Benji from Willows High School, and then ask if they'd be kind enough to donate a £5 gift voucher.
It's a few days until the launch of the school newspaper.
You know, if they don't want to, do I have to persuade them?
Jessica has asked Year 8 student Benji to help round up prizes for a raffle.
And saying thank you is extremely important.
It's easy for you to say. I'm the one who's doing it now. You know, if I get stuck, should I say you're my manager? It sounds really professional.
Colleague.
My assistant?
No.
Oh. Hello, I am Benji from Willows High School. Please, could I speak to your manager? I'm currently working on a school newspaper and we are very excited about it. And we were wondering, would you be kind enough to donate a £5 gift voucher?
Yeah.
That'd be wonderful. If you would like to speak to my associate.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm Benji's associate, as you said. Usually, I'm more of a, individual person. But, working with a team is a good experience, but as long as everyone pulls their weight.
Hello, could I speak to your manager, please? We were wondering, would you be kind enough to donate a £5 gift voucher as a prize for the competition?
Benji's a clever kid, and he was very confident, and I was like, wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think I kind of learned from Benji how to do it, so it was a good feeling. I was like, wow, Benji taught me something.
I feel up here professional.
Right. On Monday, you have got your mock exam, OK? Now, this is really, really important. You have to see this as the proper exam. Think of it as
It's 1 week until the Year 11s sit their GCSE English mock. With poor attendance still an issue, Mrs. Ballard has called the worst offenders to the hall.
This isn't it now. All this shit.
Come on in. You are here today because it is deadly serious. If I had anybody that even had less than half as bad timekeeping or attendance as you, I'd be firing them. You will be dumped out of a college at the speed of light if you've got poor attendance and poor timekeeping. If you're late for work, you will get the boot. You, Leah, I think in your house you're like I've got about the third worst attendance record for school. In fact, Mr. Hennessy got to get up in the morning and get ready. He got 3 little kids. What's he doing? He's on the phone phoning you and you don't like the sound of his voice, so you hang up. Come on! They're in another school in Wales where the staff would be phoning you guys up to get you here. There is a different side to this, right? And this is important. If you're late 10 times in a row, your parents will get a fixed penalty. They're £60 each. If that's not paid in 28 days, the parents will be taken to court. I worked in a school in Southampton where a parent actually ended up going to prison for non-payment of these fines. Right?
This sort of makes it even more important now to come to school on time and every day, because it's not just going to affect your progress, it's going to have a knock-on effect to your family, isn't it?
Get here on time. Got it? We walk a fine line with Leah, making sure that she does actually finish school. I believe that if we turned into disciplinarians with her, she would stop attending altogether. Her brother left because of his behaviour. Her sister didn't achieve her potential at Willows. If Leah can get to the finish line, she'll be the highest achiever at school of anybody in her family.
My mum always makes me go to school all the time. She says I'll turn out like my older brother. And I got scared about that. I feel so emotional.
Why?
Don't know. Just feels pure depressed.
We do have a small percentage of kids that test us day in, day out, and they're very needy. They're a challenge, but if you keep pushing it and pushing it, something might click. I hope Leah realises that it's not too late.
So, do you still need a phone call in the morning?
What?
You still need a
Well,
phone
you said that. You asked me now.
Well, you know, it's like an argument with a wife type thing, you know? Settle down after 48 hours and emotions are back down. But I'm not going to give up. So do you still need a phone call in the morning?
I think the truth is at the moment that everybody believes in Leah, apart from Leah. The kids that don't believe in themselves think that they will just fail. And because they think that they will fail, they give up trying.
Are you crying? Oh my God, Lee, what the fuck? Oh my God.
I don't even know why I'm crying, like... Is this school, like, I can't stand it. Gets you pure depressed. Just been feeling like I want to cry all week.
Are you scared about failing?
Yeah, I'm very scared. I wake up every day and I just think, I don't know if I want to stay in school or not. Because myself, I don't reckon that I'm good. I need to help a lot with, like, everything in school. But then, I don't like asking for help. I don't know, I just really don't like asking for help.
It's 5 o'clock. Mr. Hennessy has received a text from Leah.
Well, I saw her in the canteen. I said, do you want me to keep ringing you? And then she sends me that text message.
Sends it to you? Give me a phone.
School phone.
All right. The school gets me. Oh. God. Oh. Oh, I know what you say to her then, innit?
Hello? Leah, speak to me. I just needed to ring you because that text got me worried where you're just starting to implode. You've come so far, you just need to start believing in yourself. Yeah? Just don't start losing it now. Right, enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll speak to you in the morning. Cheer up, for God's sake. Ta-ra.
You talk to him nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Most of the time, she's quite a closed book with me. But then, kind of this fence comes down. She's talking, she's communicating. She's starting to think and move forward, which I suppose some people would describe as maturing. Well, the thing is, Jude, do you think Leah and Courtney think they're lucky or they hate me?
I bet they hate you.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they don't realise how lucky they are, do they? Right, I'll see you in the morning, girls.
See ya.
It's Monday morning.
It's like a really bad outtake. Reservoir Dogs walking on water.
The day of Leah's English mock exam.
Is she coming? Is she coming or not? Done the isolation, done the phone calls, we have the tears, we have the shouting match.
But you've got to selectively think, well, enough's enough. They've got to take on board what you said now and let them fly or crash.
Come on, my lovelies. You know it's always lovely to see you, but I'd like to see you a little bit earlier.
Mr. Hennessy, because he knows that I've got the potential of doing something, and he thinks if he don't try and help me, I won't help myself then.
Right, if we can fill up the gaps, that would be lush.
He just keeps saying, like, you're clever and that, you could get anything and that. So then I thought, oh, I might be able to.
Calm down, Gerald, sit there, just sit down.
So I thought, what's the point in doing so many years in school and then not getting anything out of it? So I thought, right, you've got to change now and start growing up and that.
All ready? Okay, you can begin.
It's a big day for Jessica.
Do you want to sit in the boss's chair and I'll sit here? OK, so how do you actually feel when you're approaching some of the people you would never usually approach?
Nervous.
Mrs. Bubbins has asked Jessica to launch the newspaper at lunchtime in front of the whole school.
Great.
Like, how do you do that without them laughing at you?
But when has anyone laughed at you?
Well, no, never happened, but it's just like...
Yeah, right, so it's never happened. It's happening in your head, in your imagination. And if you actually speak to some kids, not that you're going to believe this, they're a bit scared of talking to you because they think that you're too smart for them.
Oh.
They do.
Okay. I wouldn't think, like, too smart for them, but I think not cool enough for them. That's what I think. That's why I think people don't talk to me.
I don't think it's that. A lot of people in this school actually admire you.
Oh, well, OK.
Honestly, go in with a confident stride in your step.
I really wonder what kind of people you've been talking to.
It's for the newspaper.
Do you actually really? Some of them I don't go up to them because I find them maybe a bit intimidating or that they're not quite, you know, I'm kind of here, they're kind of here. There's no two ways about it. You've got to get out there and do it. But what if I don't want to? What if I really don't want to?
Do you think people will be brave enough to, like, say to their friends, I'm just going to go and get a newspaper?
No. It's hard when you've got a lot of self-doubt. The chimes of doom.
No, it's not that. Oh, Jessica. Confidence.
Hi, Ryan. Do you want a copy?
Yeah, sure.
Go on, then. Here you go, Ryan. The aviator, fresh off the press. OK. Here you go. I'm scared, but feigning confidence is the best way of gaining confidence. Hey. Thanks. Welcome.
Newspaper.
Yep. Here you go. Oh, there we go.
Like, good for you. I'm glad for Jess. Flying off the shelves.
I've never felt pride like it.
Oh, really?
It's going to be really difficult to say goodbye, but actually she's taken some really big steps. She's probably just about ready to take on the world and to face some new challenges.
Here you are, last coffee. Hey! They're all gone! They're sold out for the day.
Our undercover reporter also managed to discover that Mr. Whittaker has a strange fear of beetroot and that Mr. Edwards isn't a fan of snakes.
My favourite word coming up. We think of the idiosyncrasies of that character. OK, off you go, thinking about your character.
Rumour had it you were in school on time this morning.
And freeze.
I'm starting to be organised now, trying to get it on time. It's hard, but then, like, if I pass, I feel like, oh my God, I just achieved something for once. What's it called?
I don't know, what's it called?
I want, right, a Christmas picture to stick on Mr. Hennessy's card.
Right then. What's that?
I think the kids reluctantly like him. I think that the kids actually are wise enough to see how hard he works.
Thank you for helping me out this year.
He'll be lucky to go one out with me. I'm going to give him one, but he'll be lucky he's having one.
You can be as Mr. Grumpy and as pushy as you like, but the kids know you care, and I think that's much more important to our kids than anything else.
Something came through in the post this morning.
Yeah, I just seen that.
Special delivery.
She's a cheeky girl. Oh, well.
She was here till quite late last night putting that together, so, you know, you are there in her head and in her heart.
Do you think you've got quite a sensitive side?
Yeah, yes. I don't think it always comes across. Yeah, I'm a sensitive soul, really. The exterior doesn't really show the inside.
So I'd like to call Jessica up to receive her award.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God. Oh my God, this is amazing.
Next time, two Year 7 boys
Hello.
struggle to adapt to life in a new school.
If you're stupid enough to fire a gun at somebody in a lesson, you're going home. You're the only one we bought an alarm clock for.
Thanks.
You sort it out, or your time at this school comes to an end.
Fuck off.
So that's next week at the same time. Humans about to be screwed with thanks to bad robots, just starting on E4. Machines can tell you anything. But coming up here on Channel 4, I can tell you they're naughty and they do count down. Cats on the way.